Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to Her Point of View. I should have left these in the car. I just decided to vlog while I have the time, the extra time actually, because I frequently have the time. It's just more so of an option to actually choose to do so. Um, but I'm trying to debate where I want to park it. I'm in my living room right now. Couch, floor, couch. I'm gonna sit on the floor. But I just wanted to come on here and talk with you guys about co-parenting and the shift that I'm personally going through. If you are into spirituality and you follow certain things that happen within our time, as far as like retrogrades, or for example, the Lionsgate that just passed on August the 8th, then you will probably feel a shift happening within your world, your universe too. For me, um, I won't go into detail about the things that I wrote down the day before the Lionsgate, the things that I wanted to manifest, and um, things that I just wanted to personally grow through. But I'm happy to actually say and experience a positive shift within my co-parenting dynamic with my son's father. And a big part of that isn't him. A big part of this calm and peacefulness that I feel is me. I can honestly say that given the history of our relationship, it caused a great deal of upset within me that I had to grow through and heal, and still is healing, but more personally and more in depth. It opened my eyes to the wounds that I had that had nothing to do with him. Um, and I just wanted to make this video for anybody else who may be kind of, I don't know, I guess struggling or going through a co-parenting dynamic. I'd be lying if I said that I didn't have moments of acute anxiety when it came to really kind of releasing uh, my son to his dad. Um, and that stemmed from getting my own heart broken. And again, this isn't to point the blame at him. People are going to treat you the way you allow. So that's a look in the mirror moment at yourself. Nobody can do anything to you that you don't willingly participate in. And like I said, allow. So I went against my own better judgment in my past. And as a result, I ended up with a broken heart, a wounded, tarnished soul, I guess. But I'm so grateful for it this moment in time, and just really grateful to God, to Source, to my guardian angels, the divine, who protect me and guide me and allow for healing to take place. I will say that that was definitely one of the things that I wrote down as far as manifesting for the Lionsgate. I really wanted to uncover the areas in which I was self-sabotaging myself, the areas in which I was just not being true to the authenticity of who I am. Um, and it's crazy now when I just sit back and think about the codependency issues that I have had to overcome and really take a good hard look at and see the areas in which I allow selfishness in a negative way to kind of dictate my relationships with others. In this present moment, again, I'm really grateful. Um, Max has siblings. My son has siblings. But out of his siblings, he is the only one that lives in the same town that we all do, me, his father, and him. So it's becoming more important to me to allow room for growth in co-parenting, especially if, you know, his father is making an effort. Um, I don't want to jinx anything, but I will say in the past that that was an area that needed a little bit more work, consistency. And I can say that, everything has happened as it should have. I don't regret anything or any of the choices that I've made up until this point. But I will say, just in terms of taking accountability for my own actions and my own part in the way things have come to be, ladies and gentlemen, whatever side of the coin that you're on, just because the relationship didn't work doesn't mean that the parenting and the parent-child dynamic can't work. And it's really like a light bulb moment for me, because I remember going through similar experiences in my own childhood. And I remember my father having a really tough time kind of separating the two relationships, my mother and I, and it affected his parenting. And we lost out on some time, but again, a shift is ever present. And I talk to my biological father now almost weekly. So I really feel like this is a time to just kind of right all of the not necessary wrongs, but just right our paths to what's right. And you'll know what's right within your own life if it really resonates with your core. Um, in an ideal world, I believe, or I'd like to believe that, if you start a family with somebody, ideally you want that family unit to kind of remain and last. But sometimes life doesn't, often, most times, life doesn't play out that way in the ideal way of what our mind wants it to. And that's another form of control in an area in which one would have to heal themselves in. It's just releasing control. But again, it brings me back to a state and a feeling of gratitude and a mindset of gratitude, because we get to experience parenting in a healthy way, and we get to create it our own way. Um, there is no rule book to how parenting should be or how parenting should go, but I believe if respect is there, and you're willing to work towards just really putting the priority of the child first, I feel like success can definitely thrive and dwell within that vein. So I'll say this for anybody who may be feeling challenged in the co-parenting sector of things. Look within you in the areas in which you feel hesitant or reluctant. I can honestly say for me, because of the past of, the broken heart and things that I just talked about, that it affected my trust in the dynamic of his father, Max's father, and mine's relationship. And I felt like if I couldn't trust him with my heart, then I felt like I couldn't trust him within my son's life. And when I think about it now, because I justified it in the past, but when I think about it now, it's selfish. Him being present in his son's life has nothing to do with my own heartache and my own heartbreak that I was a willing participant in. You know, it doesn't. And I'm really proud, and again, I'm grateful that things are turning around for the better. Again, it may not be ideal, but it is better than what it was. And I think that we're all just trying to better ourselves along this journey of life. So I give great thanks to the Creator because I sense better. I'm experiencing better, and I know that only better can come as a result of that. So I ain't gonna make this video too long, but if y'all enjoyed this, give this video a thumbs up, leave me some love in the comments, and make sure that you check out my book, Back to Me. It'll be linked in the description below. It's about self-mastery, self-love, self-care. Also, check out my website. I am offering personal tarot readings via my Instagram page or via Zoom or Microsoft Meetings, wherever your virtual platforms, I guess, or what is it called? Outlets, virtual outlets. Yeah, I'll be offering personal one-on-one tarot readings. So if you're interested, please give that a check out for me. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Mo peace.